Christmas in August.
A huge new Rockwood.
And camping off the grid with our AC running.
This week's StressLess Camping RV Podcast comes to you from the backyard of T&T RVing.
This week on the StressLess Camping Podcast, we are mooch talking with our friends Tony and Tina from T&T RVing. So let's pop a cold one.
Oh,
All right.
And
cheers.
get to know our friends.
All right. I think we don't already know each other.
We are then going to introduce an RV that has room for all four of us. Actually could work, play, eat, dine, not sleep maybe, but
No. And we're going to celebrate Christmas in August.
weird.
We have this week's podcast along with the notes and all the stories that go with this episode.
As well as deals, discounts, helpful tips, and more at our home on the web at StressLessCamping.com.
Thank you for your likes and shares. And most of all,
Stressless Camping.
I'm Tony.
I'm Tony.
My birthday is June 13th.
And my birthday's June 13th.
You might remember, it's also Peggy and Tina.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You might
It's
remember that
Peggy.
we introduced ourselves in that way. An episode, I got to look up the number, 259 at the Mini Light Rally, 2 years ago?
It was a year ago.
1 year ago. Yeah.
Wow.
It's a long time
And
ago.
that's when we learned that, well, we kind of learned that their names were both Tony, but by just
I think we figured that out.
chatting,
It says so on our driver's license and name tag.
we found out that Tina and I had the same birthday. So
Crazy stuff.
this friendship was meant to be.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So we're two RV industry veterans who travel part-time in a Rockwood Mini Light, looking to share big adventures and help you with great tips
Tricks?
and discounts.
And we're T&T RVing, and we're not so industry veterans, but we are newer to the RV industry, but we love to share our travels, maintenance tips, and RV walkthroughs.
And RVs, yeah.
Absolutely. So we saw a post on social media that someone was setting up their camper in a campground, opened the power pedestal, and there was a wasp and it stung them. And they didn't have the Benadryl to make the swelling go down. So it's just a reminder to try to have like a first aid kit with the basics in it and keep that in your camper or in your vehicle.
That is a really good tip.
It is.
Yeah.
We actually do both. We
Well,
actually
that's a good idea.
We do. We have a first aid kit in the RV
We have
as
these
well as the
little green vials that have glass tube in it, and you break it, and
Oh.
then you put
Helps
that on your
sting.
sting, and then
Ooh.
Tina
Take the
needs that along with
sting
2
out of it.
Benadryl.
Oh, man.
and then a trip to the emergency room.
So you know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I love,
I don't have reactions, so I'm not prepared at all
Yeah.
because I don't
It can be scary
expect it.
for
Yeah.
people who are
Yeah,
allergic,
yeah.
for sure.
I mean, the picture on the social media was like their whole leg was swole up.
Oh,
it was
boy.
no good.
That's scary. That's scary.
Well, you know what else is first aid for your camper?
Oh, boy.
If you like off-grid camping,
The way we like
the
off-grid
prescription
camping.
we'd like to give you is visiting our friends at ABC Upfitters.
That was a good one. So we are, as we've mentioned already, we are mooch docking here with Tony and Tina. They were kind enough to let us use a parking space that is not otherwise being used right now for reasons we'll talk about later. Of course, then that means we're off the grid, right? They offered us power, but we really don't
We
need
don't
it.
need no stinking power.
And even today, now you might not know this is true because we're all wearing jackets, but this afternoon we were out for a few hours, the camper was closed, and we walked back in the camper, it was 82 degrees, so we even ran the air conditioner for a while.
on battery power. In fact, it's such a great system, Tony and Tina are gonna have one pretty soon.
Yep.
And so if you're looking for a reliable system that can run solar and lithium and all of that from a single provider with no finger pointing, and it just works, you can give our friends at ABC Upfitters a call at 574-333-3225.
That's 574-333-3225, or check out the QR code I've hidden somewhere on this screen and read more about ABC Upfitters.
As we said, we're here with Tony and Tina from T&T RVing, and we met them 2 or 3 years ago at the
Frog.
Frog
right?
Rally.
Where
Yeah,
you made
3 years
biscuits
ago.
and gravy.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And instantly we glommed on, and we haven't let go on the off chance you might make biscuits. No.
Ooh, we should do that.
It was a really good introduction, though, and it turns out, you know, besides having the same name and the same birthday, we have a lot in common. We have become really good friends, and plus they have a beautiful driveway to mooch in, and this, all you can see here is part of their yard. So it's just we've just really loved being able to boondock here and spend some time and get a tour of the town.
That was fantastic.
That was really fun. But let's start with kind of a basic introduction. You know, I always say I was conceived camping, and you know, they know Tony's and my story. What is your backstory?
Well, first of all, welcome to Medina.
Oh
We're
yeah,
so
we're
glad
in
you could
Medina,
come.
Ohio, and it's our first night ever sleeping in Ohio.
Which
That's right.
that kind of stuns me.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, and of course it's August and it's like freezing.
Cold, yeah. It's so funny.
Yeah, however, I think
Yeah.
the weatherman is on vacation
Yeah,
or something.
something like
but
that.
that's okay in some ways.
Yeah. So actually, I have never wanted to camp or didn't want anything to do with it. I know. Can you believe I'm actually saying those words? But and then Tony.
I
You
grew
love
up camping.
camping.
I was a Boy Scout, so we tent camped and did all sorts of camping with my father. But what really piqued my interest is back when I was a youth in Italy. My uncle Tony, Zio Totò,
Hey!
my Uncle Tony, he actually had an RV dealership. And
Really?
one of my fondest memories was they had a pop-up camper that he took and brought it out to the beach and had it up the sides and everything. And I remember going there as a real young kid and having an afternoon nap right on the beach, and it was just absolutely wonderful.
Wow.
And I knew ever since then I had a passion to do that. It wasn't really at the forefront, but
And then he had to do some serious convincing. But then
Yes.
once COVID hit, all bets were off. When you couldn't travel and you couldn't do
couldn't
anything.
do
Oh,
anything
so you're a
else.
COVID
Yeah,
camper.
oh, yeah. And then-
2019 is when we
2020 is when we got our RV.
Ordered
and we.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Of course I'm right. But and
Just
then,
don't forget
like,
those words.
All it did was take like 2 trips, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I can do this, and I love it. So,
Now, was
but it's
it-
not camping; it's glamping.
Well, it's
Well,
glamping.
right. It's,
Was it
yeah.
was it more that you never thought about it, or more that you were like, no way, Tony, we're not doing that?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
It was, well, because I think I had the old mindset of the 1970s camping where you were like in the old, thick carpet RVs. Where it's just,
Yeah.
I had no idea what was out there until we started watching YouTube channels. And that's when we got hooked. And I was like, there are a couple channels out there that really flipped the switch for us.
Interesting.
So,
Interesting.
Yep.
And so in 2020, you ordered a mini light
Did.
2205S.
Yep.
Which is
that-
the same
Exactly
one
what
we
you
had.
That was what
Which
we
how
had.
we found you guys. Tony was watching you guys. And that's how.
Learning about
yeah.
2205Ss.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And if you want to kind of go back in time, last year when we were all together at the Frog Rally, we compared how we thought storage should work in a 2205S, because we were just kind of sitting around having a beer and saying, well, you know that drawer where you put the towels? And she said,
No,
no,
you don't
towels
put
go in that
towels-
other cupboard.
Yeah, the
And-
towels don't go there.
interesting.
Towels
Yeah.
go here.
So it was really interesting how we had the same camper and configured it so differently.
Yes, yeah.
And so that was a fun video that we did last year. But now, neither of us have that camper.
Now neither of us have
No.
2205S.
Ooh, cat's
Yeah.
out of the bag.
Cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, we're parked in your
Bell's
camper.
spot.
Yeah,
Bell's
we're
spot.
in Bell's spot.
We
Bell is the
currently
name of
are-
their camper.
Yeah, currently our RV lists,
Yeah,
but not for long.
not for
But
long.
there is a plan.
There's a plan.
Yes.
A man, a plan, a canal, Canada. So once you got convinced, what type of places did you get to go and see, and what made you go, man, this is A-okay with Tina?
Well, because it was COVID, people weren't even really traveling outside of Ohio, and that's when we got hooked on. Can I give a plug to Adventure Bandits? because they were a channel that were doing Ohio camping. And so we were watching, and I'm like, I can do that. That's like in my backyard.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's what we did. We went to several of the Muskegon watershed campgrounds, which are right down 77, right down and Atwood Lake, Tappan Lake, and those. And so not too far from us, like 2 hours away. And it was like, looked a lot like this. It was beautiful.
You might as well just camp in your yard.
But it was nice. You were getting out. You were doing things. You were going out, meeting new people, and doing things.
But we should back up and tell them how we actually got involved with the trailer that we picked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'd be
Rockwood,
good.
right?
Sure.
Yeah.
And how that developed. But we're fortunate, just south of us at the time was Avalon RV Center, and a good friend of ours was friends of the owner. So we went in and saw Scott, and he was sure to point us in the right direction because I said, Scott, what would you
What
get?
would you get?
Oh, good.
As an
That's a
owner.
good way
And it
to.
turned right to the Rockwoods.
Yep. And he said, really they build an outstanding product. So then, of course, I'm like, all right, I'll investigate the Rockwoods. And with all the research I did, absolutely hands down, we liked how they were constructed and everything. And we felt really comfortable with it. But the funny thing is, they didn't have a
What we wanted.
2205S on property for us to look at.
So we
Okay.
bought
They
it
actually
sight
had a
unseen.
2109,
Which is
Very
it's
similar.
similar, but a little bit smaller.
Right.
a little bit smaller. So we, of course, looked at the specs and we're like, okay, that 2205, so it's going to be a little bit taller. Okay, we
Little
can handle
bigger.
that. A little bit longer.
Longer.
We should be all right. And then we went ahead and just bit the bullet, ordered everything up.
That's amazing for me because Tony is very detail oriented. And I could see you like losing sleep at night.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what did I do?
Right? Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Tony takes the false panels out of the
Yeah,
under
I
the
was
sinks
gonna
to
say.
look at the plumbing before he makes a decision.
We were looking at some RVs to remain nameless, Rockwood, and there's Tony, like he had taken, behind there's these little false panels, and he's looking at, okay, how is this plumbed? How is this wired? What are the connectors? And I was so impressed I think I even have a picture. I'll have to look it up.
We went in with cameras ready to film. Tony went in with a screwdriver laying on the floor,
I always-
taking
yep.
the
Yeah.
things apart.
Up on the roof, underneath. Truthfully, that's the way you should shop for a camper, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
So I'm not. It's by no means a fault. I was impressed. I'm like, dang, that's.
Well, what's interesting about the 2109, we really thought that was what we wanted. Went in, but then we started looking and we're like, we want that theater seating, and that didn't come in the 2109. And then we started looking at all the forums, and the forums were saying everybody was trading their 2109 in for the 2205.
2205.
They're like,
Okay.
we just want to, at the time, we just wanted a little bit
Tiny
bigger and a
bit
little
more.
bit more storage.
We actually wanted the 2109, but we had one of the first Rockwood power packages from ABC Upfitters, and the 2109 doesn't have the drop frame in the front for the pass-through, and they said there's not room in the 2109 to put the system.
So that's
So
what you
they
okay.
kind of insisted that we go up to the
We had the
2205.
beta test version.
We did, yeah.
So we were literally the first people to have it. And we had it for a whole 3 months. It
3
was-
whole months.
And then
Yeah.
somebody missed a big white box on the road. But anyway, so now obviously we see you at rallies, and you guys do a lot of sporting events too. Do you
Yes.
take the camper to those? Or?
We do. One of my hobbies, I love to shoot sporting clays, so clay pigeons, and we travel to do that. And that was one of the reasons we
Wanted an
wanted
RV.
an RV as well.
Yeah.
And what our setup at the time of Bell, we could actually spend a whole week out in a cornfield.
And we did.
We were
We
set.
actually did that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as long as Tina's happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, as long as
Isn't that funny how that works?
as long as I have a shower, can make coffee, and have air conditioning, I'm good.
You're good to go.
Right.
I'm good to go.
Yeah, I
I
understand
made that all happen.
Yep.
Yeah, y'all,
The two of you.
the two of you have done some really great tips videos. I've learned a lot.
Thank you.
For example, the blinds. Like, where did you find, how do you find these great inside tips?
Well, with the manufacturer, Irwin Blind Company, that was a Google search, and I called around because
You just called
nowhere
people.
on the blind did it
Yeah, it
tell
doesn't
you.
have the brand.
No.
No. So I called around. I figured, well, Indiana, let's see what companies
that's
are
true.
out there.
Probably Elkhart.
And
And
you just said,
actually-
do you
Do
make
you make the
blinds
blinds
for Rockwood?
It was really a fortunate thing. I reached out to them, and they were like, yeah. And I was telling them the issue that I had, and they're like, oh, it sounds like the spring assembly is faulty. And they sent me out another one. So I was able to take it apart and share with you all how we repair it. And then
That's how you do with everything.
everything
Right.
we do, I actually promote as how we would do it.
Yeah,
So,
not necessarily the
you know.
right way, the Tony
Exactly.
way.
Well, but it's good. I mean, Tony and I have the same hitch. And the detail that Tony is going into with his hitches might be a little bit more than me. And I'll probably learn. I have the darn hitch, and I'll probably learn from your video.
Right.
Because they really do great explanations of how to do things so that people who are good at doing things poorly, me, can not do things poorly.
Well, and I think a lot of that too stemmed from COVID as well. When you if your RV broke down, or not broke down, but if you
Right.
had an issue with it, you couldn't get it into the dealership for like months. So
Right.
it's like you got to fix it on your own. So that's when,
Yep.
Well, you have a fixie gene to you.
yeah, you do.
But my
I know the
background-
theory, but the practice, it's like, okay, which end of this screwdriver do I hold? I'm not sure.
So yeah, well, you are by trade.
by trade, I'm aircraft mechanic.
Oh, well, there you go.
So, and then prior to that was automotive.
So yeah,
So,
Yeah.
that's
By
why.
trade, I'm a writer. I'll tell you a story about
We
stuff.
know all the
I could write to a
keyword keys.
mechanic.
Yeah, right? Hey, Tony, how do I fix this?
Yeah.
The way you explain things on your videos is really, really good. I really think you guys do
I
a good job.
appreciate
you.
that.
But I also like your walkthrough videos.
Yes.
Where Tina will stand at the door and she's like,
Beckon you
Yeah,
in.
I love
yeah.
it. I love it.
We're
Yeah, we
having
like
fun
this.
with that.
We have
That's
fun with that.
Yeah, it's a really
the
good
Instagram
format.
and
Yeah, it
stuff.
really
And I like to find the music and
And we're really lucky to work with local dealerships that, like Avalon.
Yes.
Avalon since sold to RCD, but RCD is just as accommodating for us to go and
go to the dealerships
Yeah.
and go
yeah.
through
Nice-
some
And
of
there's
nice dealerships
others
to work
in the
with.
area as well.
For sure.
that
As
Russ-
someone who worked at an RV dealership, I think the best advice I can offer if someone's shopping for an RV is find your dealership first. Because they all make the same floor plan, the manufacturers. Although, you know, there's a huge difference in the past 2 weeks I've spent in Indiana looking at new RVs, and the difference in quality from one brand to the next is it's substantial.
it is.
And
it really
so
is.
find a good dealership and do your research on the brand, and you should be in good shape.
And that's actually a big part of why we're promoting Rockwood, because we can actually honestly share RVs with you and feel good about
Good
it.
about it.
We
Yeah.
really
We like what
enjoy
we're
when
showing you.
somebody
Right.
writes to us and says, hey, you know, we saw this RV through one of your videos and, you know, thank you.
And we ordered it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
awesome.
okay.
Yeah,
We're
right?
like, great.
Well, I mean, like ours, we bought it in December. Everyone always says, oh, don't buy a post-COVID RV. And we bought it in December, and it's been bulletproof. And we've already had over 13,000 miles, well, now more,
Yeah.
because I had to do the wheel bearings, which is basic maintenance, another thing people don't always do.
Right,
Right.
right.
There's a video on that.
There's
On the wheel, yeah, exactly.
Yep.
If I didn't have like stickers and rocks in my yard, I would probably watch your video and do the wheel bearings.
So what is the kind of longest trip? I know that you both have, you know, like
Full-time.
jobs.
We have
work
full-time
jobs.
Full-time
jobs.
jobs.
Yes.
So I don't necessarily mean longest time, but kind of your longer distance or your biggest trip that you've done, or
We did two. One with the channel, one prior to the channel. And the one prior to the channel was Maine. And that was stunning. Like we would like to go back so we can film it because it was the drive there was great. The campground was great. Sandy Pines, it was a great experience all around. We ate lobster every day, 3 meals a day. So I'd love to do that. The other one is Door County, Wisconsin.
Okay.
If you've ever gone there, that's a
That's
neat
where the
trip as well.
bridges are, right? All those covered bridges, or am I?
No, that's in Iowa.
This is
That's
the
Madison County, Iowa.
Door County,
So you
Wisconsin
look at
reminds
Wisconsin,
us
it's the little peninsula right
of Maine because you have harbor town after harbor town, and
Super
they
cute.
all have their unique character, and it's just really neat.
there. And I'm from Wisconsin, so it was a family reunion, and it was a great time to see, family as well as experience camping. What we really want to do, if we have a lot of time, is go up to Door County, then go up through Wisconsin further, go up into the UP of Michigan, come back down through Michigan.
through
That's
here.
what we'd like to do.
No,
But we
yeah,
need,
explore the
time
western side of Michigan.
of Michigan.
Yeah, that's some
So
time.
those were-
We took 2 weeks with Bill 2 years
Yes.
ago.
2 years
Yeah,
ago. and
that's
you-
what we'd
Just
like
in
to
Michigan.
do.
We didn't even really do Wisconsin. We ran over and spent a night with Mike and Lisa, and then got back on the road and headed out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that was our Wisconsin.
that's our whole Wisconsin experience.
was staying at a brewery that wasn't open,
Yes.
and then hanging
sad.
out with friends
Yeah, it
who
was.
left New Mexico.
So those were both drive time and length time were the longest.
We're the longest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
great
And
Too
your
great.
favoritist.
Yeah.
Okay, so the question that we
The
always
burning
like to ask.
question. Well, no, I say the burning
Uh-oh.
question is, you don't have an RV?
Oh yeah,
Tell
that's
us
right.
more.
Well,
Or can you?
absolutely.
Well, I guess we're going to tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. So
Or we can tease and say, if you want to know more, start watching Tony and Tina's channel so that you can find out how they're replacing Bell.
Yeah. So Tony
That might be
and
better.
Tina-
I don't know.
That's better?
I don't know.
Yeah. well, yeah. There's a good reason to watch.
Yeah,
There you go.
because it's not fair for you to break the news on our
Yeah,
channel.
Right.
You should break it on
right.
your own.
It's not that they don't want an RV.
No.
They
They have one coming,
Right.
and they were going to trade Bell when they picked up the new one, and a friend of theirs said, "Are you selling that thing?" And bam,
Right.
there she went.
and we had out-of-town guests visiting, and
So
to make it more convenient for parking, they took it this past Monday.
So one of my coworkers, so we have to share that. We'll probably share that this week. But yeah, Belle, who was our pride and joy, we did sell, but sold to a good home. So we know her adventures will continue,
Yeah.
which makes it easier, I think.
It's
Yeah.
nice to
Yeah.
kind of stay in touch with
With
your old trailer.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but there
So
are
new trailer coming.
new things coming down the pike, and being Rockwood ambassadors is a real blessing, and it's kind to work with those people for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's amazing the care that they
Yes.
take
They're
of
very kind.
of people. I'm just it's a good company and a good product, and we're big fans. Yeah, so Tony and Tina were the other Mini Light ambassadors, and now you're going to have to still be Rockwood ambassadors.
We are Rockwood ambassadors, but we'll no longer be Mini Light.
No longer Mini Light.
Yeah.
Mini light.
Oh,
right.
okay, that's enough.
That's
stuff.
the hook.
enough
That's it.
cheating.
That's enough.
Okay, so this is the question that Tony almost jumped the gun on.
Oh boy.
Tell us I'm going to do it
Like
this direction.
scary.
Your worst camping memory.
Worst camping memory.
Ooh.
I like to end on a
Was
high
it the
note.
very
It's the very
first?
first one.
The very
very
first
first
one.
one.
Well, it's
Well,
just like
it was
anything. If something could go wrong.
Everything went wrong. It was kind of this is another long trip. We went to Williamsburg, but
Pennsylvania.
actually, Virginia.
Williamsburg.
Oh,
Williamsburg,
right.
Virginia.
Okay, sorry.
I'm like, where?
Geography, by the way, geography and screwdrivers, not my strong suit.
But that was a funny trip because we actually got a new hitch and a new truck 2 days before we were leaving on this long trip.
Oh, gosh.
Which you would think that would be the problem. No, we got to this great campground in West Virginia, made record time getting there, went through the mountains of West Virginia, had no problems. It was when we went to go get the truck washed.
Well, because it was covered in bugs.
So,
right?
the trip.
It's a brand new truck. In particular, I wanted to have it washed.
So, and I was still not into this camping. I wasn't quite sure I was ready for this camping thing. We go to the car wash, and it has that bar, that metal bar that says you must be 7-something feet. We pull under it, and Tony's like, go out and see if we
Well,
clear it.
First off, may I interrupt?
No.
She's like, you're not going to fit
Yeah.
in the car wash. I said, yes, we're fine. We'll be okay. If you're not happy, take a look. Jump up on the running board and take a look and see if we're going to clear it.
Uh-oh.
You didn't clear it.
Well, we cleared it, but my head didn't when I jumped out.
Oh, no.
So I jumped out and I hit that thing smack hard. I gave myself a pretty
It was an aluminum, like, 4x4.
Bar. Yeah.
tears
Poor thing.
streaming. I'm like,
She
I wanna
wanted to go home.
I don't mean to the RV. I mean home. But I got over that within like a
She was
day.
fine.
I was fine. But I had a lump on my head.
We like to say,
it
it's
was
not a
just-
party unless Tina gets hurt.
So, but that was like, you think you're so ready for this. I was so ready, and that just kind of put a little damper on
damper.
things. Well, we had issues where we were parked too prior to that.
Right.
We were on a slope with the Hensley, and it was
So-
like this. We had to change sites. So it got
Brand new hitch. A Hensley hitch, which we absolutely love now, but it takes a little bit to get used to how to hook it up and disconnect it and everything, and there are some angles that are challenging.
Yeah, but
And the
that
way
was-
that
yeah.
the truck or the campsite was, the site was level, but the truck was way down,
Oh,
and to
okay,
disconnect
sure.
So it took us a while to get
difficult
organized. But yeah,
time.
it was whacking my head on that thing. What do you think your worst trip was? Or
Well,
scary?
our very very first trip, where we were at I can't remember the name of the campground, but that's okay.
Pleasant Hills.
That's it, Pleasant Hills. And
It wasn't pleasant.
we were in a new section at Pleasant Hills, and they're seasonal right next door to us.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
we
gosh.
pull into the campground, and we get everything hooked up, and I mean, we were green, we're brand new.
Green.
And I went to hook up water, and it had the lever style where you
Oh,
pull down
yeah,
on
yeah.
the piece, and then you lift up the handle, and water started coming out of the very top of it. And it was literally spraying
Spewing.
all over
Oh no.
Oh.
the RV, and I have 4 or 5 foot diameter around there. So I'm like, well, this is no good. And so I called down, and they said, well, we're familiar with, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about
the way
it.
that the
It's
water
just how it
system
is.
works here, it drains away, we pump it up from the lake, and we filter it and everything.
Don't worry about it.
You're not wasting anything. Don't
Don't
worry
worry
about
about the fact that you're spraying water all over
Right.
your RV.
it. Exactly. So,
So we put a plastic bag over it so it wouldn't spray on the RV.
blue heron.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, what a cool bird.
Yeah. So we ended up, like Tina said, put a plastic bag over it, and then it's just spraying in there, so you could hear that all night. So it sounded like a nice little sound machine, right?
That was also our first experience with seasonal campers as well, because it was literally like
right next door.
right next, not right next
Okay.
door, but a little bit like the next section
And
over.
They were having a great time.
And quiet hours are at 11. Well, at 1 a.m. they were still going strong.
Oh, dear.
And it was like, I was staring at the ceiling going, this is camping, I can't do this.
I can't do this.
I can't do this.
And I
Cheers.
told her,
No,
this is
but
not
it was
camping,
not.
we're fine.
It was not. It was a holiday weekend. It was fine.
I don't think it was
I think
a
it was just a
holiday.
regular weekend.
It's just a regular.
It was a
weekend.
holiday for them.
But
Anyway,
yeah, so.
but that was a concern of mine because Tina did not enjoy herself. And like I said earlier,
Yeah, you don't.
know,
Yeah.
happy wife, happy
Yeah,
life.
probably. But
So-
really, so that's, if it's the first 2 trips you have,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not bad.
But it worked
It's
out.
all
Okay.
good.
It's
all
all
good,
good.
now.
So let's end on a better note. What's your best camping memory?
Camping at Frog with you guys.
Well, I mean, of course, but I mean,
Well, you know, I would like to say Maine personally. I really, really enjoyed that. That was a great trip.
It was a haul to get there, though.
But that's I
the beauty
really
of it.
enjoy.
Yeah.
We're the type of people, I get home on Thursday and I'm like, let's go. We'll jump in the truck. I don't care where we stop. Let's just drive. So
No.
we
Yeah.
just go
can do
and
that.
it is just so much fun. And we took that. We went all the way up into New York, remember, and
Yeah.
spent the night at that
I do.
casino.
Well, yeah, I do have to say, probably one of my very favorite stops, and we've actually camped there for a length of time, but it's a great stop on the way to the East Coast, is Turning Stone Casino, which,
Oh.
if you know me, I am, I love to play poker, And so Turning Stone Casino is this beautiful casino right off the interstate on I-90 going through New York. And beautiful casino has, 5 hotels, 27 restaurants, as well as its own campground.
Oh.
So the campground is about 3 miles down, and so beautiful sites, full hookup, beautiful wide sites. And they will come to your campground with their shuttle to pick you up to take you to the casino.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
I was like,
Well,
heaven.
The other part is 6-hour drive. We get there the next day. I went and had a nice massage.
Oh yeah, they have great spas.
Spa. It was
Okay,
wonderful.
where are we going
I
now?
know.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, we're leaving Monday morning.
So Tony spends the time at the spa while I'm in the poker room. I know,
odd.
should be the reverse, but
would
yeah,
think.
that's how we roll.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yep.
Well, again, if someone wants to follow TNT RV, where would we find you?
This link right here.
No, don't come here.
Yeah, don't come to our house.
No, I said this link right here.
Oh gosh. Okay, I
this
heard
link
this
right
late.
here.
Man.
I usually do. Drop it right down below.
Yeah, follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah.
We're there, TNT RV.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Yeah.
That's
There you
right.
go. That's what they say.
That's what they say.
So, in addition to Tony and Tina showing us some of the best restaurants and breweries around here and giving us a tour of Medina, we also went to a really goofy place today. As usual, audio listeners, you're going to probably want to watch the video of this because we got some really good pictures and video. And those of you watching this on YouTube, you are going to have to go to the playlist Goofy USA and watch us celebrate Christmas in August.
Yeah.
So we also, because Tony and Tina do a lot of RV reviews, and Tony does a lot of RV reviews, they happen to review the same RV.
At the same time.
When Tony usually tells you about the RV review is when I kind of sit back because
She's like, boring.
I have a bad knee. I don't get to go inside them anyway, so I get sad if I learn about something great that I didn't see.
We saw the Rockwood Signature 402 SFL fifth wheel. It's a new, bigger size Rockwood fifth wheel. So they're moving up.
Yeah. Rockwood actually put on an addition to their factory to build these 40-foot fifth wheels, is what I found out.
Revamped
Yeah,
there.
this thing was beautiful. I was so impressed. It's a front living. The particular one we looked at is a front living. It has, as usual, it's got the 2 couches on the above the
sides.
nose in slides. Then there's a theater couch against the front wall that looks out, and there's a televator and a fireplace. But the kitchen in this thing,
Massive.
oh, it was beautiful with big full-size appliances, a big fridge. I like the drawers. The way did you
It's
catch?
so close.
Well, not only that, but there's a one drawer that pulled out, and it had a cutting board.
Oh yeah.
And and then there's a garbage can right under, and you could cut, like let's say you're peeling veggies or whatever, right into the garbage can. Works so well.
And that cutting board came out. too.
Yeah,
You
the
could set
cutting
that
board
out.
came
Yeah,
out,
it's
and
nice.
there's silverware drawer. The drawers were impressive. Then at the bulkhead end of the kitchen, like where the fifth wheel goes down, there's this like whole chest of drawers thing with a countertop. And the only thing I thought was missing was a Margaritaville frozen concoction.
I thought it was perfect for a coffee bar.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I actually had room for both.
Well, yeah. Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Big fridge and a king size bed in the back, of course, washer dryer hookups. And you were impressed with the shower height.
Oh my gosh. Massive. You could be 7 feet tall and still have plenty of room. I mean, really, it was because it was on the lower part. Yeah.
Now, up until now, what you've described is similar to the Sabre that Jason and Abby had, but they also had a loft. Did this one have a
No
loft? Or
loft.
so it's pretty much a 2-person.
It's a couples camper
It
without
had
a
some
doubt.
really
A
neat
couple's
features.
camper who could have a party. Because
Yeah,
you
you
were
could
like
have a party
Yeah,
in this
because
thing.
you had seating for like, what, 30? I don't know. No.
Had true thermal pane windows. Not
Oh,
sure if
that's
you noticed
right.
that.
Yeah.
So they actually have gas in between the 2 sheets of glass.
I even made a stupid joke about that to the head of Rockwood, and I just got oh dear.
having gas.
About gas return. But another thing this has, I always criticize RVs with simple leaf spring suspensions, and this has a new, what's called a slipper roller suspension. So the shocks from the road, the vibration, is kind of shoved out the back rather than up into the trailer, which helps the trailer last longer, which is a good thing. So many fifth wheels have these really low-end suspensions, and this didn't. And last year we all went to the airport and rode around in different fifth wheels.
Right.
And the difference in the quality of the suspension was significant.
It's
in how
incredible.
Yeah.
It really is.
That was nuts.
Not to mention anti-lock braking now
Yeah.
on all the trailers and the
Balance
fifth wheels.
speeds in the tires, Goodyear Endurance, tire pressure monitoring. The only thing I saw was in the bedroom is the fuse box. And I've seen in some fifth wheels where when you bring the slide in, you can't get to the fuse box. So I brought the slide in and I could get to the fuse box. It's there in the bedroom, but it's not a problem.
You understand the problem with that, right? If the fuse box is hidden in the bedroom and the slide won't go out, and you can't get to the fuse box to change the fuse to make the slide go out, you can't get to the fuse box because the slide won't go out.
Yeah. Ain't good.
Oh, that's a touchy.
And there's some manufacturers that think
Don't
that's
realize
okay.
that.
A lot of them,
lot
I'll
of them
see them
are like
upstairs, and it's like, no, you can't get to that.
The ones, especially with the stairs on the driver's side,
yeah.
there's no way to get in to that upstairs.
So anyway, you can find the full review at StressLessCamping.com. We also have a new video on this in a new format, and I'd really like your input on whether you like the format or not. I am not thrilled with the execution of the format this week, but I do like the idea, but I really appreciate your input.
All right. Well, last week we asked you what monitors do you use in your RV? We've been talking about the new WineGuard systems, the tire pressure monitoring systems. I was surprised that someone said none. They don't even bother to use their tire pressure monitor, but I guess to each his own.
I know. Yeah.
And so thank you all for, responding to that.
Tony and Tina got the new WineGuard system.
Oh.
It's sitting here, right?
Yes.
Right here somewhere.
Yeah.
It's in the kitchen, I believe.
They just don't have an RV to monitor.
Yeah.
I guess, but you can practice with it, right?
Right.
You can monitor your.
Right.
And so this week, I wanted to ask you, based on the fact that we met each other camping and have become really good friends, do you make friends while you're camping? Do you have friends that you only get to see when you're both in Indiana, or, or that you always go to quartzsite with, or anything like that? I'd love to hear your stories about how you've made friendships on the road and how you maintain those.
And you can answer that question at our fun and friendly Stressless Campers Facebook group, which is really fun and friendly.
Really fun and
and
friendly.
Facebooky and groupy.
You can also, of course, go to our website and sign up for our once a week free newsletter.
Yep.
We only use that to send you an email once a week, a newsletter, in fact. And that's all we use it for. We don't sell it to Tony and Tina. We don't do anything like that.
No. And you can also find the show notes for this episode 323, on the podcast page at StressLessCamping.com, which is also where you'll find discounts and deals and list of favorite products that we use and love and sometimes have discounts on.
Sometimes we do.
Yeah.
And then when you're all done seeing all those things on the website, you can jump off to any of those social places where we are, where they are, where you are, and check us out on those places too.
Audio listeners, if you don't want to miss a future episode of the Stressless Camping Podcast, it's free.
It's free to watch. No, it's free to subscribe on any podcast app, and we're saving you a seat in front of the virtual campfire.
Yeah.
There you go.
I hear
And
not
if-
lit, which you should like.
Yeah. And if you're a video watcher on YouTube, of course, we love your likes and shares and all of that. So really does actually help spread the word and tells YouTube people are actually watching this, even if you're in the other room.
We really appreciate when you share. Share the audio podcast, share our YouTube channel, share anything that you see on our socials or on our website. Just we love growing this little group, this little family, and you are very instrumental in making that happen. And thank you so much.
Yep. Well, with that, that's what we have for you this week. Thanks
you.
for having us
Thank
here.
Thank you for having us on.
It's
for
always a
having us.
pleasure spending time with you. It usually involves beer. Tony and I only get into so much trouble together.
Right.
Yes, you do.
A little bit.
And with that,
StressLess Camping.
This is good. What are you drinking, Tony?
Modelo.
Oh.
I've got Great Lakes.
Oh,
Edmund
that's good
Fitzgerald
stuff.
Porter.
Edmund Fitzgerald.
Oh, man. I've got something from Goshen Brewing, and it's really fantastic. I don't remember what it is. Let's find out. It is Pyramid of Skulls. Oh. Peggy, what do you have?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask. I'm drinking water.
She's drinking Coors Light.